Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nolwazi, a woman in her 20s who has decided to take a U-turn to pursue her dreams of becoming an artist. If you are new here, hi, welcome. I really hope you like it here. And if you are my returning subscriber, hi Buttercup, welcome back. I can see you're enjoying your stay here. Anyways, today I have a few things to talk about. I basically have three things to talk about. So, one, yesterday was my birthday. I had a good time. I really did. I even posted a vlog. You can go watch it before the owners of the content that is in that video complain about it, because there were restrictions, there were copyright restrictions, but I really liked the video, so yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed spending time alone yesterday. It was such an intentional day, and I just love it. I really did. And yeah, I would have loved to like go out and take prettier pictures and post it, but yeah. But anyway, I currently don't have money. But anyways, so yeah, that is just about yesterday. I still did enjoy Shim. I'm not gonna lie. I will be lying. Anyways, I wanna talk about the podcast that I found, the one that is playing in my vlog. I want to talk about that podcast because I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed listening to it, and it has really helped me a lot. So the podcast is Make Art Not Content, and I just came across it here on YouTube. Like, the first video that I watched was Life is Art, and it is because of that podcast that I had decided I'm gonna go offline. I'm no longer on Instagram, like on my personal account. I'm not there. I'm no longer on TikTok. Like, I'm taking a break because I really want to focus on the work that I aspire to do. Like, I really want to focus on just like building myself as an artist and the work that I want to put out here. I'm just like taking time off, and also because those apps are like really took a lot of my time, and sometimes they made me anxious because I would spend, like any one of us, all of us, I would spend time scrolling hours and hours, and then I end up not doing anything, not doing the things that I had planned to do, because I just wasted a lot of time being on Instagram and TikTok scrolling. So I'm just like taking a break until I learn how to work around them. The only page that is still available is my art page, because I still need you all to buy those paintings. My life depends on it. But yeah. So I really liked that podcast. I would really like for every creator to just listen to it, or even if you an aspiring creator, or even if you an artist but you are scared to take that road, I feel like it could change something. I feel like it will change your brain chemistry. You believe in yourself. I don't know how, but it's such a good podcast. This is not even promo, but I really enjoy it. It oh my gosh. And I think one of my favorite episodes so far is the one about the epidemic that is with creators, and how you get stuck because you want to do everything instead of perfecting one type of media. You want to do everything, and I feel like that is something that was with me, because I can dance, I can draw, I can sing, I can literally do every fucking thing that is creative. And for years, I didn't know what I wanted, like what type of artist I wanted to be, as much as I've always known that, okay, deep down, I really want to be an artist. But I never knew what type, because you just know a lot of creative exercises, like you know a lot of creative things, you can do a lot of creative things. And even now, like in my previous video, I talked about how I wanna go back to sculpting. I wanna learn how to crochet, I wanna learn how to sew, because that is just like the mind of someone who's creative. You want to do everything, and then you end up being stuck, having this block, because you don't know what type of art you want to participate in. And the advice I got from the episode was that you can choose one media and focus on it and master it. And once you have mastered it, then you can then do all the rest of the creative works, because already you have your name out here as that artist, and then you just add on the same thing. Like they even gave an example of Kanye West, that he started off by being a producer. He perfected that, and then he started rapping. After perfecting that, and then he went on to become a designer. You know, you see the stuff. They basically like gave me the advice to just pick one struggle, pick one. Okay, not necessarily struggle. Like pick one media, and then perfect it, and then move on to the next one. Perfect it. You can just move around again. But yeah, I enjoy that podcast. I'm really a type of, I consume, what is this word I want to use? Is it long form? Yeah, I think long form. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna correct it here. But yeah, I consume a lot of long form content. Like I like content that is long form. Like I want to listen to someone talk for hours. I'm that type of person. Those are the type of podcasts I listen to. But with the content, make art, not content, the podcast is, the episodes are really, they really range between 10 minutes and 20 minutes, or even less. I think the range is even lesser. So if you're someone who likes short form, that's your place. That's where you should be as a creator. But anyways, I really love it, guys. I just genuinely loved it. I genuinely love that podcast. It's even available here on YouTube. So yeah, you can tune in if you feel like that is something you're interested in. But yeah, moving on to the second thing I want to talk about. Yeah, yesterday I watched a movie, and the movie I watched was Rise of the Guardians. This is a movie I watched back when I was a kid. I loved it so much. I used to I watched Rise of the Guardians more than I don't know how many times, but a lot of times. I went back to that movie so many times, and this is a movie where all the guardians of children get together so that they can fight the boogeyman. Okay, I'm gonna explain what happens there because I'm really passionate about this movie. So in the movie, we have Santa, we have the Easter Bunny, we have the Tooth Fairy, we have Sandman, and then we have Jack Frost. So Jack Frost in the movie, when the movie starts, Jack Frost is not a guardian. Jack Frost, no one believes in Jack Frost. I also didn't even know who Jack Frost was before I saw that movie. And also, I just think in the African how can I put this? This side in Africa, ngisho kanjalo, there is we believe in those, like we believe in Santa, we believe in Easter Bunny, we believe in the Tooth Fairy, but like as in Igundwane, oh my gosh, which is so nice because they show that as in Igundwane, and then we don't necessarily believe in Sandman, but like as a kid, those are like the three things that you believe in. So you see what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Jack Frost is not a guardian in that movie. So what happens is that children don't believe in him, and because children don't believe in him, no one can perceive him. And then we have the boogeyman, which was also not being perceived, as the boogeyman brings you like nightmares and fears. So because he had that thing, it was no one believes in him, so he wanted the whole world, but all the children must believe in him. They must know that he exists. So he started like putting fears into kids, sending them nightmares, to a point that kids were going to stop believing in Santa, Sandman, the Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny. Then in this movie now, we have Jack Frost not being a guardian and not knowing where he belongs because no one believes in him. No one knows he exists. You see? And now he was included in this because in actuality he is a guardian because he died after saving his little sister, which he had no idea of. I really want to tell this whole movie, but like let me give you gist. So what happens is that Jack Frost now is invited to fight the boogeyman so that the kids can have their lights back, because if only fear is generating their heart, then their light is off. I think like this movie was just like so profound for me. I can't believe I never perceived it that way as a kid. I really loved it though. Because what it has taught me, even though I'm not gonna finish the whole explanation, you guys. I really hope the parts that I have talked about will interest you enough to go watch it. But yeah, otherwise what I took away from that movie was that fear will always be around. It will always be around. But it is you who has to decide to face that fear. Because beyond that fear, it's literally bliss. And fear only thrives if you believe in it. That's the thing. Because I'm realizing when I started off here, I was so scared. And like literally the first thing I said was, I'm freaking scared. Like I was freakishly scared. But I'm not. Because I went through that fear. I just like faced it and I was like, you know what? I'm scared. But no, I'm doing it. And there's just a lot of times when I would be so scared to do something, but I do it anyways. And then on the other side, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did that. So it's basically that, because at the end of like towards the end of the movie, what happens is that the Guardians are fighting with boogeyman, and they called all the children to come and help them fight the boogeyman. And what happened was that, excuse me, with the kids that believed in the Guardians, because these kids, because these kids believed in the Guardians protecting them so much, they stopped being afraid of the boogeyman. And then all of these nightmares became dreams, which is how we get Sandman coming back, because he had died. Because boogeyman killed him. So Sandman comes back because the children now were no longer afraid. I don't know, you guys, but I really enjoyed this movie. It's such a wholesome movie. I think I'm gonna watch another one today. Like, that is like one of the movies that I watched as a kid, and come back and talk about it, because I just I loved it so much. I loved it. But yeah, that is just the gist of it. It's basically, you just have to go through the fear and like just tell the fear, I don't give a shit. Hear me? Like, just do it scared. And before you know it, you won't even be scared. Like, the fear would disappear. Like it has never been there. Last thing I want to talk about is, okay, how can I come to this channel and not talk about my other life? Okay, or just how I realized some things about the other life that I was living. Okay, so another thing that I realized was that I had been preparing for a life that was not mine. Because all along, when I was a kid, I had thought that you go to school, you are done with school, you go to varsity, you are done with varsity, you get a job, you must have a good job, so that your kids do not suffer. And you get a husband, and you and your husband should have good jobs. And those good jobs were being a doctor, being a lawyer, be a nurse, be a teacher. Like, those are noble jobs, and you get that. Like, those are the jobs that pay well, and they are very much appropriate for someone who has a family, and you get to have your own house and have a stable home. That's the life I was preparing for. Hence, I ended up in med school because I wanted to be a doctor, so that by the time I become a wife, my kids like, my mom is a doctor, and my husband goes, my wife is a doctor. And you all know how I feel about having a husband and kids. I think the moment I debunked that, that's when I knew I was living a life that was not mine. I was living somebody else's life. And oh my God, I'm so grateful. I'm really grateful that my eyes are opened. And also, you get sold. I'm gonna talk about my life per se, as I was an academic. You get sold this thing about, no, you shouldn't waste your youth just having fun and not having any direction, because this is a time when you're supposed to be building. you're supposed to be finding your husband, you're supposed to be by this age, have children, but you have to have children early, apparently. But I know that you can get pregnant later, even though I'm not about to live. But I know that there's women who can get pregnant later. There's a lot of risks around that though. There's a lot. So yeah. But yeah, you have to have had a job, have everything figured out by 25 so that you can start having your kids. And then you can raise your kids, and then your kids will go to college, and then they'll get their own jobs and have their own kids. And then that's when you must start living. I don't want that. I don't want my life to be like that. I saw one, I'm not gonna be stuck with a man forever. Jesus, God forbid. But I personally, I don't want anything that has me stuck with a man forever. Like, I can do marriage because I can divorce, but kids? No. But I realized that was not my thing, and then later on realized, what the fuck am I doing? Doing something I don't like, because I think this is the only way when I could pave my own way and do something that I like. Because who said that was the only way to success? Who said that? Because definitely not me. But yeah, teachers usually used to tell me so much about I should go to varsity and have a good career and not be a creative, because when you become a creative, you're gonna suffer. You might not get a job. You just end up not doing anything, staying, going, and whatnot. Yeah, those are things that I was told, and I internalized them so much. It's so insane. But now that I'm aware of those things and I'm where I'm at, I'm really grateful that I took the decision to like get to know myself and get to know how the world works. And like, I'm so grateful that one day I was like, wait a minute, wait, what is happening? Because that's just how I feel. I think as like literally one random day I was just like, what is happening? But so yeah. And yeah, that was just another realization that I got in the past. This is something I realized in the past few days, but I just forgot about it in my previous video. But yeah, hi. Anyways, if you enjoyed what you had and like what you see, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Because I would really like to have more people who resonate with me. It's so good to know that there's other people who think like you, or maybe even feel what you're feeling. It's really good. Anyways, have a good day. Bye.